positive psychology, which is kind of like a look at our strengths and what gives us meaning and what makes us resilient in spite of difficulty. So what we know about positive psychology researchers is that 50% of our happiness is tied to our genetics. So we can't really change that, right?
Really?
50%. So we're only going to be
50%.
as happy. 50%. And so 10% is tied to life circumstances. So circumstances that are either good or bad. So that leaves us 40%. And this 40% is tied to intentional activity. And intentional activities are those cognitive.
Dr. Barabra, wait a second. Wait a minute. Wait a minute.
Yes.
Okay,
yes,
because we have heard our whole lives, like, you're in control of your own happiness. You're in control of, you know, we've heard it our whole lives. So it's like, wait a minute. So if you just come from a steak, no good, ain't nobody ever happy.
Nobody, right. But think about it though, that 10% is related to our life circumstances. So, you know, because you've probably seen 90-10 before, right?
But at the same time, yes, it's related to life circumstances, but it's almost like, what if those life circumstances and the attitude or the posture of like who you've been around and like that 50% that you're getting is making that 10% also bad.
Right. It does cloud, or it does have an influence on the way that we respond, according to, you know, one theory, of course. However, that whopping 40%, that's where the choice comes in. That's where we get to choose, and that's the intentional activity. And so that intentional activity is expressing gratitude, being optimistic, avoiding overthinking and comparison, practicing acts of kindness, nurturing our relationships, developing different strategies for coping, like what we just talked about. Also learning to forgive, increasing flow experiences, like being in our zone, and just kind of savoring the joys of life, finding meaning. So we have 40% of choice.
Wow.
Despite that 50% being, you know, what's kind of set for us from birth. That's our set point.
So OMG.